Hi, it's me again. I had a little time, so I decided to go ahead and do my second video. My friend's coming over to celebrate Yule with me, so I just decided to go ahead and do it now. Today we're going to be talking about grounding and centering. These are important. I can't stress how important they are. After you do the meditation and study up on that a bit, you need to start learning how to ground and center yourself. And they are basically what they sound like. Centering, you're centering yourself. Grounding, you're grounding yourself. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. It didn't make a lot of sense to me in the beginning either. People are like, well, you need to ground and center yourself. And you're like, huh? Is that like something bad? Because it doesn't sound very good. But it's normal. I mean, a lot of things in Wicca, sometimes you're like, huh? Okay. But, you know, I mean, it sounds different. You're not used to it. So, centering is basically where you center yourself. It's kind of like gathering energy in a way, and in a way it's kind of not. Centering yourself is just kind of in tuning yourself with everything around you and just becoming calm. I can't explain that perfectly. When you center yourself, lots of times you sit down on the floor. Lots of people usually cross-legged. That's most comfortable most of the time. But you can sit however you're comfortable. And what you do is you imagine roots going into the ground, and you imagine feeling everything around you and being in tune with everything around you. And some people like to draw energy at this point, some people don't. I guess it just depends. You can draw a little bit of energy. You know, you can draw as much as you can. You'll get energy later too. That's what some of the other things are for. But lots of times I imagine, you know, roots going into the ground, and as I'm sitting there, energy flowing into me and gathering right in the heart of yourself. Right here. I don't know if you can see. It's right here where your chakra is. I think it's your third one. I'm not very good at chakras, so I think that's the third one. Well, I know there's one there. So, and as you imagine it, the ball gets, I usually imagine a ball of energy. Kind of similar to, I guess what, if you ever watch Charmed, those little red balls that they throw, kind of like that, except I usually imagine white light. And I imagine crackling, because energy crackles to me. I mean, this is where the visualization comes in. You can visualize it however you want. It can be rainbows and sunshine. It really doesn't matter. Just whatever feels right to you. Many people do use the ball of light. And I imagine that ball of light getting bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter. And as I get energy, even I glow. So that's kind of centering. Now you can do the energy at this time. I tend to find it good because I'm actually meditating at this time. Visualization is easier. Some people can visualize with their eyes open. I can. I just do it. You do it however. Grounding is a little different. It's basically the opposite. When you do a ritual or you do a spell, you use energy. So you gather this energy from everything around you. The trees, the water, the flowers, the ground, earth, everything, people around you. You're grabbing energy from the universe, basically. And once you get this energy, my chin itches, sorry. Once you get all this energy stored, you work your spell and you put this energy behind it. And then when you're done, you'll have energy left over. And when you ground, you let the energy back into the earth. Now I know you might want to keep it because you'll feel energized and full energy and ready to run a marathon, but it's kind of selfish. Not only that, it's not good for you or for anybody else. If you get too much energy, there are some people that are very sensitive to energy. They will get nauseous, they might get dizzy. You know, they just feel like they're going to pass out. They just have too much energy, and then they need to ground themselves. Lots of times right away. When you ground yourself, you sit on the floor, cross-legged again, or however is comfortable, and you imagine roots going into the earth and you releasing energy. That's one way. There's many ways to do it. Another one, people might imagine the energy going from their center to their hand and becoming a great big ball and pushing it into the ground, releasing it back to Mother Earth, or however. Other people, when they get really, really nauseous and stuff and it affects them really bad, they will assume child's pose. Now, it's called child pose because, as most parents will know, children sleep like this. Don't know why. Supposedly, I guess it's comfortable. This is child's pose. The reason why this is effective is because most of your body is in line with the ground. Your head, your arms, your feet, your knees, as much as your body's on the ground as possible. And it also kind of is your head's between your knees type thing. It's basically what this is. And so you release energy faster. So that's that. Now many people say, well, why do you need to ground and center? Why do you need to work up this energy? Spells need energy to do what they were supposed to do. It's kind of like flashlights. If you have a small, teeny tiny flashlight that uses AA or AAA batteries, small, weak beam. If you have one of those big utility ones that you use in case of blizzards, it's going to be very bright. So that's the difference between it. I know a lot of you will want to do spells right away. You want to get into the fun stuff or the exciting stuff. But I can't stress enough, people, you need to learn this stuff first. You should not be casting circles, spells, or anything like that unless you know how to do this stuff. You're either going to cast really weak spells that aren't going to go where they need to go, or you're going to do something wrong. I mean, you need this stuff. I can't express how much you need this stuff before you do it. I just don't know what else to say. A lot of those beginner books out there, you know, they get into spells and sacred space and all that stuff way before they need to. And the reason being is because they're trying to jam as much information into a book as they can. And that's not always, you know, the best. You gotta learn this stuff before you do spells. You know, even the simple spells. That parking spell I gave you, the first beginning one that I gave, I think I deleted that video, but it was Mother Goddess, lift your face, find for me a parking space. Very simple. But you have to visualize a space opening up. So there comes in the visualization. You can't do it without this stuff. So, you know, lots of people believe that you should study for a year and a day before you ever do a spell. Learn everything you need to. That doesn't mean you get to sit on your butt for a year and a day and not do nothing. You have to learn. You know, but basically you'll know when it's right. You'll know. I mean, some people can go years and not feel that they need to do a spell or that they feel that they're ready to do a spell. You'll know when it's right. So that's grounding and centering, and next time I'm not exactly sure what we're going to talk about, but I'll figure something out. I always do. So happy Yule to everybody. I know it's a little late, but like I said, I had a rough week. But happy Yule to you all, and I hope you have the brightest blessings on this holiday. See you later. Bye.